Keegan Jones, the speedster, back deep to receive the kick. And UCLA, by choice, is going to start on offense. So here comes Ethan Garbers, the best game of his career. He threw touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. Has been here in Lincoln the first back in the 40s. And they're going to start on the ground in a sea of noise, and in a sea of red goes the running back TJ Harden. This crowd goes 0 to 100 before every snap. And Garber steps up, and there's his tight end, Moliki Matavao. Fullback Leo Kemp has come into the game beside Garbers, and he's going to give it to Harden, who gets stuffed. It was Matavao that went in motion. Garbers crossing over the middle, the other tight end, Bryce Pierre, running the ball in third down situations. That's not what UCLA does. Garbers cuts it loose, and Sturdivant wins that battle with Jeremiah Charles for a first down. Rotation of running backs for UCLA. Now Jalen Berger has come into the game, and he's going to catch it out of the backfield, but he's tackled immediately by Deshaun Singleton. Berger got away from Robinson, but doesn't get away. Garbers, deep shot, Quasi Gilmer, and he's got it, and a first down. They went at the freshman, Charles again. Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator, told us of Gilmer, he's the real deal. And they get him involved early. Now Keegan Jones sweeping around the edge, and he is going to pick up about 9 yards. Flag. Our referee today is Jerry McGinn.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, Maine second down.
On second down at 6 after the penalty. Harden gets it all back and more, and another UCLA first down. So now first down and goal. And Harden gets stuffed. And, you know, one of the stories of this game, Yogi, might be who takes advantage in the red zone. He's at the top all alone now as Gilmer goes out. Garbers with time. And tied up was Sturdivant. Third down. Pressure. And Garbers is just going to take a couple and get shoved out by Ty Robinson. And now it's fourth down. Salem Abdul-Wahab, the snapper, and that's a 14-play scoring drive to open the game for the Bruins. Well, this is an area that has been a little bit uncomfortable for Nebraska, the return game. Quentin Ives put in the extra work this week and catches that cleanly and gets a good run, takes a couple of pops and gets out and march down for a field goal. Nebraska gets the ball.
To really ever come to Nebraska, and what's great about him is he just continues to just go to work.
Look at all the communication going. And now pressure up the middle. Raiola trying to make some magic, and he gets brought down. Brian Buschini, the black shirt, the punter, sends it away to Logan Loya. And that takes a big Nebraska bounce. Aiden Flagey, the snapper, is going to come all the way down to pick it up at the 14-yard line. 65-yard punt. So after a 14-play drive to open the game, second possession for the Bruins, and there's Titus Mokiawa-Timalala with a first down catch
for Nebraska in the secondary.
He's a little banged up. Not sure that he'll get to go the full game today, but he's getting an opportunity here on the second drive. Garbers, good pocket, Harden the back. And they've got a 3rd and 4 with the play clock getting low. Pressure. Garbers heated up. Gets out. And Garbers is going to run for the first down. Play clock is low again, and they get it off with 2 seconds. And there's Logan Loya, who gets swallowed up after a 2-yard pickup. That will hand it off. Keegan Jones. Maybe a yard. 3rd down and 7. Pressure. Garbers, and there's Loya. He takes a big hit and is able to hold on. Marquise Buford came up with the pop, and Loya held on. So far, UCLA is 4 of 5 on 3rd down. Jalen Berger dragged down by Ty Robinson after a loss of 1. As we start the 2nd quarter. And Keegan Jones trying to get him to the edge. And he's able to get there before Willis McGahee shoves him out of bounds. Garbers with time and Sturdivant. Flag down. He holds on. Helmet gets popped up by Gifford. They convert.
Face mask with targeting. Defense, number 2.
Garbers wants to go to Matavao, comes right back, puts it in the only place he can, and then there's the contact. You could hear it from all the way up here in the booth.
After further review, there is no targeting on the foul. However, number 2, there is a foul for a face mask after the play. That penalty will be enforced. 1st down.
A little trick end around, and they throw it quickly to Berger, and he is in for a UCLA touchdown. Waiting to see it, just like we're waiting to see the Nebraska offense. It's only run 3 plays in this game. Spagani kicks that. Similar vibes. 4th offensive play of the game for Nebraska, and it's going to result in a sack. No, an incomplete pass. Plenty of time on the play clock here for Dylan Raiola, who wants to throw on 2nd down. And gets it away, incomplete. 3rd down, pressure right up the gut. And Raiola throws it out of bounds.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 2. His 1st of the game. 15-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
Let's see where he is. He's right here. Let's see what he does. He looks over to the sideline.
Walks towards their sideline.
Yeah, I mean, well, didn't have a great look at what he did. It's an emotional game, but still, it's a self-inflicted negative for UCLA.
Can Nebraska take advantage? A reprieve as Dowdell. And he's going to look at the fake. Raiola, all the time in the world, to take a shot for Barney! And Ja'Cory Barney's got it! What a catch!
Launches this, and KJ Wallace just gets turned around. He's thinking he's getting a pick over his finger, maybe even tipped. Is it a catch? I think it is in that first look.
Raiola and Barney, when they go to the Chiefs game on Monday night, which is on the schedule, they hope to go there with a win in their back pocket. They get it to Barney again. These two, a drive extended after a penalty by UCLA. Dowdell runs right into Carson Swessinger, who holds on for the tackle. Tough tackle. Is the back. They give it to Dowdell. And Dowdell is able to get the 1st down on 3rd and short. Nebraska 14th in the league in touchdown percentage in the red zone. But they give it to Dowdell. And he keeps turning for the Husker touchdown. 7. John Hull with the extra point. Penalty on Oluwafemi Oladejo, and that's what Nebraska did after the penalty. 6 plays and 60 yards. And so there's Harden with less than a yard. With this crowd back into it. And Garbers throwing over Quasi Gilmer's head. Here comes pressure. 2 extra rushers. Garbers is going to step up, and he'll pick up the 1st down and more across midfield. Garbers looking over his shoulder, cutting it across the hash, and getting all the way down inside the red zone. 58-yard run.
This is impressive. He feels the pressure. He slides a little to his left, sees man-to-man coverage, says, no problem, I got this. And then, nope, not going to slide. Puts his right foot in the ground against Deshaun Singleton, and away he goes. for another explosive play.
So now 2 backs for UCLA. Pressure coming off the middle, and Garbers able to get out and get a couple. It was Jamari Butler pressuring him. The dynamic back is Keegan Jones. Quick throw, and that's Mokiawati Malala. Will give it to Berger, and does he slide his way in? This is going to be really close. The mark looks short. Already one made today. And he's got that one. Then on top of it, there was an incredible game. And UCLA had a wild...
To connect with the family earlier this week. They talked about the influence.
UCLA came out, flat, and they were down big at the half. But Jim Mora had brought in the Navy SEALs to work with his team in training camp prior to that year.
Jerry Neuheisel, now the tight ends coach, was on that team, a teammate of Nick Pasquale. There's Raiola. That ball was deflected.
It happened to also be the place where the Nebraska Alumni Association was having a watch party. They went in there, they were embraced, and they said it began.
Yeah, Jim Mora also said that he had talked to the team before the game about, hey, we need to get a ball in this game. Talk to his defense. We need a turnover. We need to get a ball so that we can have it and dedicate that to Nick.
Wally family is such a big part of this team. They'll be guests of the Bruins next week in their Friday night game at home at the Rose Bowl against Iowa as well.
This play blown up from the jump. And it's just a reminder, too, 3rd down for the Bruins. Offenses have kind of stalled out. Flags down, and that stops the play.
False out. Offense. Not all players were set. 5-yard penalty.
Garbers with time. And behind his intended receiver. Brody Richter to punt it away to Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. And he'll fair catch it. Subscribe right now at Big10Plus.com. First carry for Emmett Johnson. Out of the pistol. Emmett Johnson running downhill, and he's tackled right away. Here comes pressure. Raiola is just going to get rid of it, and it's 4th down. 3rd punt of the game coming up for Brian Buschini as UCLA tries to set up the return. This sends Loya back. Buschini already had a 64-yarder today, but Loya is finding some space. Reverses field, running all over.
Struggled finding an answer to the variety of looks the Bruin defense has given that front.
Garbers incomplete, looking for his running back.
Legal formation. Offense. Number 72 was in the backfield.
Garbers. Monteval sticks it right in his big paws.
UCLA trying to get one here.
Under 2 minutes. They've got 2 timeouts. And Garbers connects to Quasi Gilmer. MJ Sherman comes on pressure. He's picked up by Hart. Garbers stumbles down. He's going to lose yardage. And the clock keeps rolling. 4 yards backwards.
How about the pickup from TJ Harden and then just the pursuit from Nebraska. I mean, these teams are so physical right now. Here we go.
Monteval, the tight end. He's going to get some of that yardage back. Garbers pressured. Gets rid of it. He was brought down by Jamari Butler. Incomplete pass. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda back inside his 10-yard line. This is hanging. And it's caught to maybe take the lead. They've got 2 timeouts. And Raiola had time until he didn't. 30 seconds remaining in the half. And then they'll hand it off to Ramir Johnson. There were big swings of momentum early in this game, and then things have kind of settled down here in these last few possessions.
Well, I am so looking forward to this second half because the adjustments made by either staff is going to be what will dictate who walks out of this stadium when it gets a little dark victorious. Because Nebraska's got to find a way against this UCLA defensive front seven.
A lot of people dress like Dylan Raiola. And Dylan's probably thinking, I need to get back to being myself in this second half as well, as they get the ball to start the second half. And Raiola wants to throw. And throws a pick. Kain Medrano intercepts it. He only has Raiola to beat, and he does. A pick six. Touchdown, Bruins.
Here he is, number 20, right there to the right of your screen. He drops back, sees Fedoni, reads it the whole time. Ball's thrown right to him, makes a play, and then how about the hurdle? Former wide receiver, track and field star coming out of Colorado in high school.
Oh, you can hear a pin drop right now. And you know, one thing, Yogi, you asked a lot of these players about was how they maintain their energy.
The most impressive drive of the day.
Raiola's going to hand it off to Ramir Johnson, who burst forward.
Let's not feel sorry for ourselves. So I'd imagine they're pulling on that experience. And okay, next play, next snap, let's run the ball again.
Johnson, a big run. So has his team heard this message? They're going to go back to the ground. And a strong run from Dowdell on first down.
Next to Raiola.
They'll give it to Dowdell. 4 straight run plays after the pick six, make it 5 in a row. Back to Dowdell. And he's able to get a couple of yards where it looked like maybe there was nothing. With nothing but losses. Here they are 5-3 for the 3rd week in a row, trying to get to bowl eligibility. And
they bounced back since then. They've had opportunities. They just haven't played a complete game. Even the win 2 weeks ago against Rutgers, they had issues towards the end of that penalty-wise.
3rd down. Raiola pressured, looking. And it's caught, saving that from trouble. Low snap, but Raiola was able to handle it. Flushed, throws, incomplete to Nair. And Nebraska, a drive that started with so much promise, turns it over on down. The winning school will be announced at the Big Ten Championship game and receive $1 million to advance student and community development. So UCLA takes over, and Ethan Garbers gets sacked to start the drive. TJ Harden on the toss. Harden keeps his feet, and he's got a first down. How did he escape? Play action. Garbers, sideline. Gilmer, wide open. Touchdown, Bruins. 48-yard strike. And Ethan Garbers is playing the best football of his life right now.
Under pressure, blitz coming off the edge. Garbers sees man-to-man the whole time. It's a beautiful corner route from Gilmer. And 6.
$20-point lead for UCLA.
Back to the defense, and it's man-to-man coverage, and Gilmer's got it all day long. Separates from the secondary. Beautiful route. Touchdown for the freshman.
Well, you know, Yogi and I have an affinity for the route technique of receivers with our backgrounds. And I'm telling you, I was down right here where Quasi Gilmer made the break on Marquise Buford. You could hear that right foot hit the ground. That helped generate about 5 yards of separation.
Raiola, and that's to Fedoni. All over that was KJ Wallace.
Yeah, they look like a championship contending team. They do. They deserve all that credit going on the road.
Short yardage and a big run.
This one might feel that way. I'd imagine that sideline trying to be a little veteran-esque.
Judy remains in the game, and this gets stuffed by Devin Apue. It led directly to a touchdown the first time it happened for Nebraska. Raiola. Time. Open. Barney snags it. Ja'Cory Barney came to play today.
Deja vu, anybody? I mean, again, freshman to freshman after a penalty against UCLA. The throw is phenomenal. He throws it to the left of Barney so he can go away from where the defense is, rotates with the ball for a first down.
26-yard pickup. Raiola gets it to Fedoni, and Schlesinger rides it down. Let's look back at the previous play.
How about this throw? Again, when you're throwing the ball down the field as a quarterback, it's on you to know the leverage of the defender and where to place the ball. Beautifully placed. So Barney's got to turn, open up his hip, an easy catch for the dynamic athlete that he is. But the awareness of the throw from Raiola is so impressive.
Raiola, fade, Nayer, and he got it! Touchdown, Nebraska! That play's been cleared.
Of a self-inflicted negative play, found their way to the end zone.
I mean, Dylan Raiola threw a pick six on the first play of the second half and has responded. Keegan Jones on the return for UCLA, and he'll go down around the 22-yard line. The temperature dropping here in Lincoln as Garbers hands it off to Jalen Berger, who gets a big chunk. And let's go down for a vibe check to Rhett.
Yeah, down here on UCLA's sideline, after you guys just laid out the 2 touchdowns for Nebraska coming off the unsportsmanlike penalties on UCLA, well, Deshaun Foster just grabbed the entire defense together down here on their sideline and very sternly let them know what was at stake here with those type of penalties. In the 3 games that we've covered of the Bruins this year, guys, that was the most passionate and colorful that I have seen Deshaun Foster speak to his team.
Good eye, Rhett. Here's Berger, first down. The question is, can this black shirt defense get a stop?
UCLA having success on early downs in the run game, something they did not have in the first half. Average about 2 yards per carry on first down. Here they go, back-to-back plays running the football. Eric Bieniemy, we all know his NFL background, right? Always managing the game, this time and score. What is the environment dictating? I'd imagine they continue to keep it in the hands of that man.
That is incomplete. Looking for Garbers. There's the tight end, Monteval, first down for UCLA and into Nebraska territory.
This is all Eric Bieniemy, man. Look at the formation, guy. This is an impressive job. See the bunch right here at the bottom of the screen? Everybody's eyes go there. In fact, this linebacker is going to move there as the snap begins. Fake the toss, come right out the back door to Monteval, move the sticks. Really nice job trying to manipulate the aggression of Tony White's 3-3-5 defense. And after going to Xavier Staples, they go to a veteran in the tight end and Monteval for a first down.
Garbers. And Berger just didn't get his...
He's been a guy that's been able to really change and take the top off of the defense. I'd imagine Nebraska just mans up against this receiving core right now.
TJ Harden, and that's about a yard.
You know, again, you go back to the origin of this 3-3-5 defense, and a huge part of this scheme, guy, is trying to force either the quarterback to hang on to the football, force the offensive line to hesitate a little bit with the reads, and get an extra hat, an extra body down inside the box. I'd imagine Nebraska goes right back to that here on a third down and man up on the outside.
Play clock to 2. It's loud. They got it off. Garbers steps up, but he can't connect to Gilmer. And it's 4th down.
And it's a really nice job of the man we talked about to start this game. Not only Ty Robinson, but 33 Javen Wright. There's the pressure inside. This is a veteran-laden group. Williams from the outside, Robinson from the inside. Garbers has a chance to make the throw. We know that he missed it. And Javen Wright was all over the route. And we are in 4-down timeout territory. Yeah.
The ball's at the 42. Here comes the punt team now.
And I'd imagine they'll just take the penalty.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, for the 42, he's got a tailwind. Brody Richter. So you may be trying to create a little more space. As you said, Yogi, take the intentional delay.
Offense.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
That's a smart decision from Deshaun Foster and company. Not worth burning one of your timeouts. Again, this is a long game. We got a lot of ball left to play. Now you start playing the wind, the field position.
And there is wind. Talking to some of the coaches before the game, and it can be hard to predict. The only thing you can't predict is there will be wind. Richter almost had it blocked. Comes off spinning, but it takes a big UCLA bounce and gets into the end zone.
Full berth again for Nebraska in November.
For the 3rd week in a row, for the 2nd year in a row. Dylan Raiola stepping up. This was a big part of the game last week against Ohio State, making things happen with his legs and getting positive yards.
Yeah, and that's the first time this half we've seen UCLA bring a corner blitz, which is a big part of them coming into this game thinking they could bring pressure from the outside. I think if I'm UCLA, I'm coming back and trying to bring pressure from that linebacker level, moving that defensive front around. We do not see Femi Oladejo in the ball game right now.
He's standing over on the sideline watching. Kain Medrano, who had the pick 6 to start the half, is off the field as well. It'll be Emmett Johnson. He's able to turn the corner and then gets swarmed. Ramon Henderson was there. It looked like Johnson was about to sprint to the sideline, cut it up and got brought down. Now it's 3rd and a yard.
It's been so fun to watch the XO side of this ball game, Guy. You watch different personnel grouping in with that big defensive lineman / fullback Elijah Judy. UCLA tries to match that personnel.
A couple of tight ends in the game in short yardage, and Dowdell is able to get the 1st down. Can't bring him down by the ankles.
I'd keep feeding him in the downhill run game, and he's been so impressive. Very rarely tackled by the first defender. I think those quick hitting runs are the ones that have had the most success against this Bruin defensive front. And then I would keep working some of the play action game, you know, run it outside the back door, but right now, based on the alignment, I could see a run right here.
Play clock. But Raiola gets it off. Swessinger coming, bringing the pressure. Raiola chucks it down the field. Did he get it? Nair! Yeah, he got it. What a catch. What a catch. And Heinrich Harburg is coming to the game. QB number 2 behind QB 1. Dylan Raiola, he's going to give it. Harburg wants to throw it back. Raiola setting it up. He lets it go complete. That is Jamal Banks. 2 tight ends in the game. Play action to Dowdell. And they give it to him out of the backfield, and he leaps over a defender and picks up 5 yards. I'm not sure. Did he find the laces on that throw? He's really responded well. Now they're in the red zone on 2nd down. And Dowdell gets cut down.
Post-Indiana loss, this team has rallied together in a big way.
Dowdell And he should have the first down.
The rock. Stay a little bit ahead of the sticks, and Dylan Raiola now, he's got to navigate a moving defense in UCLA as they adjust.
Back to the ground, Dowdell, and he kind of crowd surfs forward to the 5-yard line.
Marcus Satterfield again, continually feeding Dowdell the back. I think he's done a really nice job in this downhill run game where he can get the ball immediately and get north and south. Struggled in the first half just protecting the penetration of this defense, especially that big man in the middle, Jay Toia, number 93 at the nose, over the center.
10th play of the drive coming up. Couple of tight ends. They're going to the corner again. This time Banks was the intended target. It was Nair who caught the touchdown on the other end of the field a few minutes ago. And now it's 3rd and goal.
That's a nice job by Devin Kirkwood, just staying on top of the wide receiver on the route. See at the top of the screen. Huge part of playing DB in the red zone, guys, is having your eyes back to the quarterback. If you can make it look like you're playing man coverage, and then on the snap, get your eyes to the quarterback, get a much better chance to play that fade ball.
Jamal Banks, the motion man. Pressure. Raiola swarm. Raiola sees, and it's deflected and incomplete. Jay Toia, who else, was able to get his hand on it, and now it's 4th down.
Trying to get the ball out in the bunch set to Fedoni, but it was not only Toia having the pressure, but I think it was Kain Medrano right off the bat who flashed initially. And Carson Swisser, he seemed to have a little tip on the ball as well.
He did. It was his hand, actually, not Toia's. And so now it's 4th down. 0 of 1 on 4th down today. From the 5.
I'd say find the ball to that freshman to freshman.
And now Raiola's going to take a timeout with the play clock very low.
Do they play some sort of zone? I'd imagine it. I'd also imagine a little bit of pressure.
They also have the track star, the freshman Carter Nelson, who's a 6'5" tight end in the game. A lot of movement up front as Nebraska snaps it. Raiola goes down. Huge sack on 4th and goal at the 5. Flags down to start this UCLA drive. Nebraska just got stopped.
False start. Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty remains. 1st down.
All right, let's go back
to the 4th down.
Yeah, so they're going to motion Barney, the freshman. But this UCLA defensive front, right before the snap, you're trying to figure out where they're going to go. And on the snap, guy, it's like they timed it perfectly. And there was just movement up front. Defensive tackles became defensive ends became defensive tackles, and they were in the lap of Raiola again.
TJ Harden with the carry. It felt like there were 15 players on the defense at the snap. I mean, it was just incredible. Of course, Schlesinger is Kain Medrano, the 2 linebackers. Medrano, the pick 6 earlier. Schlesinger, what an incredible story. We've talked about him. Mentioned a little earlier, a walk-on turned. I mean, this is one of the leading tacklers in the country and in the league.
Guys, I was just watching Carson Schlesinger get kind of summoned over by one of the UCLA coaches to watch that last series of plays there on the iPad. Then more and more guys started coming over to watch the play. None more excited than Kain Medrano, who got so fired up. I think mostly because not only did Schlesinger make the sack, but did you see the play to get to Raiola? Blew up the running back Dowdell on his way to the quarterback. Really impressive athleticism and power from Schlesinger.
Wait, Brett, how did you see it? Were you in the huddle too, watching the iPad?
I mean, I wanted to stick around and watch just to see everybody's reactions. I mean, it was like one guy came over, then 2 guys came over. Then there was like all of a sudden 8 people sitting there watching the play with Schlesinger.
3rd and 7 here. There's still a lot of time in this game if you're Nebraska, if you can get a stop.
Critical 3rd down. They've got 2 timeouts left. Both staffs are managing the situation.
UCLA been really good on 3rd down. Garbers cuts that loose. MJ Sherman was all over it and made it a very difficult throw. And UCLA will have to punt.
Yeah, Tommy Hill was all over Bryce Pierre on the route. You see it right here at the bottom of the screen. This is corner on tight end. He runs a route for him in the hip pocket. The only place for Garbers to go. He goes to his tight end, and Tommy Hill sitting right on it.
So Brody Richter almost had a punt blocked his last time to send this away to Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. And Nebraska's going to have good field. Oregon, UCLA also on the docket. Nebraska's offense takes over after the UCLA punt. Barney has a 40-yard catch and a 27-yard catch. Raiola trying to load it up, was looking for him again, and now he's going to throw it away. Heinrich Harburg back into the game. They give this one up the middle to Dowdell, and it's a first down.
The way that these offensive linemen for Nebraska are positioned to kind of determine, what the play ends up being, one of those tells, as you had there, Raiola looking for.
Tackles are up.
Raiola completes, and that is Emmett Johnson. Johnson breaks the tackle. Johnson spins forward, and he's got the first down.
17 at the top of the screen in the slot right there.
Raiola, good pocket, and that's complete in air. Still on his feet, down inside the 10. Pressure. Raiola spins out of it, still looking, back foot, end zone, and nobody there, but a flag is down.
16 of the 17.
Holding. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
This is a very different looking formation. Raiola under center. He's going to give it to Lloyd, and that's going backwards. Olawafemi Oladejo. Raiola, Oladejo stepping up. Raiola, clear path down to the 3, and he gets crushed. 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends in the game. Harburg keeping it, trying to find his way, and another 4th down coming up.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 95.
You see 95 in white is what you're looking for. The last 2 have led to touchdowns. And you can see him pulling Gunnar Gatula off the pile.
All right, neat. Okay, I mean, I get the rule, but it wasn't as though he ripped him off the pile. But penalty is called, 3rd one of that ilk.
Dowdell maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Instead of 4th down, it's 1st and goal. Now it's 2nd and goal. Those are the 2 backs behind the quarterback. Harburg, pitch, Johnson cuts it out, and he gets stonewalled. Harburg gives it, flag down, but Dowdell in. Touchdown, Nebraska. Check on the penalty.
Offside. Defense, number 93. Penalty declined. The result of the play. Touchdown.
And Holm misses the extra point.
I'd kick it deep.
And the pressure will be on UCLA. A fair catch made by Keegan Jones. Unsportsmanlike penalties have been extremely punitive for UCLA today.
Every touchdown has come off of one. And for the #1 pillar in the program under first-year head coach Deshaun Foster to be disciplined, you can only imagine how frustrated he must be. But part of being a head coach is managing the circumstance, managing the situation. Those are in the past. Right now, this offense, they have got to pick up a few first downs if they want to dictate terms.
Garbers hands it off. TJ Harden, MJ Sherman. 2nd down. It is loud. And the play clock is low as they get it off. Toss it to Berger. He cuts it up through a seam, and this is going to make it 3rd down and about 1. They hurry up then. They give it to Berger, and he is short, and it's 4th down. Richter to punt it away to Garcia Castaneda. And this sends Garcia Castaneda back to about the 20. Dylan Raiola still in the blue medical tent, and he's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it, and Harburg gets a yard, maybe 2.
And I'd imagine this is going to take us down.
Well, looks like they're trying to get another playoff before the 2-minute timeout.
But you don't want to be frivolous here. You want to make sure you're aligned, manage it properly.
They do get it off, and Harburg throws. That's Thomas Fedoni. The ball comes out, and it's incomplete. Out of the 2-minute timeout, it's 3rd down and 8. And the veteran Harburg drops back. And he's pressured. And he will step out. And he might have lost a yard or 2. Yogi, he did. He lost 2 yards by stepping out there. And now it's 4th and 11. Actually, it's a 3-yard loss.
Well, for UCLA, they have what they call like their NASCAR package, right? The fastest defenders on their roster are on the field. Only one true defensive lineman in Jay Toia is going to be right over the ball. They got Oluwafemi Oladejo playing defensive tackle. They got linebackers playing at the edge. They want to get in the backfield and force Heinrich Harburg to get rid of the ball.
Play clock was really low, and so a timeout is taken by Nebraska. Harburg. Toia in his face, and he finds Nair, and Nebraska converts, and hope remains alive.
Great route from Barney. He ran the seam route. You see him, number 17, he runs vertical, takes the safety, and then inside he goes on back to Nair.
Harburg to the sideline. Incomplete, 1:35, stops the clock.
From Nebraska, Marcus Satterfield, Glenn Thomas and company. I like these half-field reads. Just kind of give it a clean picture for Heinrich Harburg. For UCLA, they're remaining in the same personnel grouping. So you just got to beat the rush of Oluwafemi Oladejo and company. Again, he's going to line up all over that defensive line, and he's going to come with some heat.
Harburg, who started 8 games last year, appeared in 10, has played predominantly as part of a 2 QB package this year with Dylan Raiola. Now he sets up, and then he's off the hands of Jamal Banks. Almost a big play, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, nice job of Banks running through zones. UCLA playing zone coverage. First opportunity to throw to the first zone, not there. They go to the second one right off the hands of Banks. Would have been an incredible catch, but an opportunity there.
No timeouts for Nebraska as well.
And Jay Toia looks to be running off the field for the Bruins. So some fresh legs on the defensive line. Still playing zone coverage.
4-man pressure. Harburg. He can run. He brings it down, and he gets the 1st down and gets out of bounds.
Guy, if he saw it early, I thought he had Barney down the seam for a big play, maybe even a touchdown. You'll see it right here. Look at this area of the field. There's Barney right there, man. And just didn't have the time to get rid of the ball.
You could hear the crowd go, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you really have to anticipate that. He thought about it. Nice job in the secondary, UCLA trying to recover, but Nebraska had a chance. No timeouts.
Harburg over the middle, and it's broken up. That's Kalen Moore, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that's the Bruins' top corner, and this is just great coverage. He's in the hip pocket. Watch him go over the top. Nice job of just playing that ball on the dig route, where they've had a ton of success on this drive in this ball game. I think that's really good in terms of the timing of the contact. Nice play from the senior.
9th play of this drive for Nebraska. Here comes pressure. Harburg gets it out quick to Fedoni, and the UCLA defense keeps him in bounds. at the 40. Clock is running.
Okay, now this is all about mastery of the 2-minute offense. You see Harvard, he's calling and barking out what the protection is, what the play is. There's a small menu of plays for this QB.
On third down, he gives it. And that'll temporarily stop the clock on the first down from Emmett Johnson.
Look, if it's me and you're Akaika Malloy, you've got to continue to call aggressive defenses. And not be afraid if you're Sean Foster to call a timeout. If you need to reset it, you can.
Three-man rush. Harburg out quick. Fedoni. And the clock is going to keep running here. A flag is down back near the line of scrimmage.
Illegal touching. Offense, number 24. The player was covered up. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. Loss of down. Second down.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on it.
So Fedoni's in motion.
Yep, he's in motion. Gets set, and they're both on the line of scrimmage there, and then he's the one that catches the ball as the inside receiver. So he's covered up.
The receiver has to back off at the top. All right, so after the penalty, it's 2nd and 15. Harburg has Barty, and then he does it. Closing quickly was Brian Addison, and he's got it.
Throws it, rips it with conviction. His receiver, the freshman Barney, goes up with conviction. Addison tries to play the ball with conviction. It goes off the left arm. Barney, are you kidding me? Into the hands of Kalen Moore. I mean, we've seen a lot, brother. We have never seen knee to elbow to chest to pick, and now we've got celebration. The Bruins get one on the road for the 2nd straight time in one of the most challenging places in America to strap it up and play the greatest game on earth.
Well, you know what happened, right? The Big Ten expanded, and people say, what about these West Coast teams going to the Pacific time zone, long flights? It's cold. And UCLA, who faced so much challenge early in the year, traveling to LSU and Penn State and traveling to Rutgers and wondering, are they going to be able to figure this out? They've now won back-to-back road games, and heartbreak for Nebraska.
That's the end of the game.
For the 3rd week in a row.
And your quarterback, Ethan Garbers, feels like he has found new life post-injury, coming back into the lineup. What have you seen from him that has helped unlock this offensive performance?
Same thing, just continue to be resilient. You know, this team really fights. They care about each other. You can just tell the way that they play the game. You know, like I said before, we had to earn the right to win, and we did that for 2 weeks.
What does it feel like out here on the field that your team is doing differently?
I mean, it just feels great, you know, offense, defense, special teams, all 3 phases. We're doing a great job, you know, listening to our coaching, taking the coaching we've been getting, and just focusing one play at a time. You know, that's the biggest thing in football, just taking it one play at a time, and, you know, everybody's doing their job, and we'll be successful.